Oh, there you are, YouTube. So I'm still in the middle of a Keanu Reeves marathon, and we just watched his film, Siberia. Uh, we hadn't heard of this. It's, sort of has that straight to DVD feel. And we picked it up, my wife picked it up because he looks rather handsome on the cover. But we're also, just trying to watch as many of his films as we can. And to the average viewer, this is probably one that you could, I'm going to talk to you about this movie as if you've seen it. One, let's start with the very beginning, like before the movie even starts. I'm not sure if I have seen any DVD or Blu-ray or movie in a theater that has had more producers than this. Like, when production companies are putting out their logo before a movie, I wish I was counting how many were in front of this one, because it just kept going and going and going with these different producers that were involved with the movie, so much that it felt like a parody, like it felt like a joke that was being played on you, like some comedy film would do this, just put a bunch of logos before a movie just as a joke to show how like corporate, I don't know, movies are. So that movie, Siberia, has so many logos before it even starts. So look forward to that if you ever watch this movie. Also, I don't know, I feel like, so, I don't know, parts of it sort of wants to feel like maybe a John Wick, but, John Wick is sort of overpowered, and this character is not. I don't know, the movie moves, I don't even know if it is trying to feel like a John Wick or anything like that, but there are some fight scenes, there are some gun scenes, but it's not like Keanu is anything like his John Wick character. So I don't know, scratch that. It's not really like John Wick, but I don't know. Basically, I'm just getting at there are some fight scenes. But this movie, it's hard. It's like very slow moving. It takes its time. I don't think it needed to take its time. He has this love interest. Well, first off, this character that Keanu is playing is married, and he's married to Molly Ringwald, it's so weird that she's in this movie, I feel like. And I mean, I don't know why she can be in movies, but it's just like a small role, so, why, I don't know why. It's cool, great to see her. But, so he's married, his wife is at home, he's in Siberia, where he meets this woman, this girl working at a diner, and they start to have a relationship. And it is interesting because I feel like this girl sort of starts off very Glenn Close in I will not be ignored. Very it's just she's I feel like demanding too much of him, expecting too much of him, but the movie's playing it off like it's normal. I don't know. It's like they're trying to create chemistry between them that doesn't exist, but but she's like pushing it, but he like kind of comes around and is like, you know what, you're right, we should be dating. Sorry, I'm married, but we should be dating. And I don't know, I didn't believe their relationship at first, but then you sort of believe it, I guess, a little bit, just because the movie starts going with it. But at first, she seems very demanding, and you as a viewer are sort of like, wasn't this just a one-night stand sort of thing? Like, why do you think he needs to be, like, holding you after, and all these things, I don't know, she just seemed to be a very needy person. But then he kind of goes along with it. But, I don't know, the big problem I had with the movie was it set up something for this girl, love interest, where they sort of point out that she is very good with a gun as a hunter, right? She hunts. And basically, I didn't even get into this. Like, Keanu Reeves, like, I don't know, traffics diamonds and things like that. But he's getting in trouble because he trafficked some fake diamonds on purpose where somebody didn't know, and then they bought them, and then, you know, so they're after him, right? So he's out in this like wooded cabin area, and the people who bought these, you know, fake diamonds are after him. And they start shooting at him, and, you know, this is kind of when it gets John Wicky a little bit, because you're like, ah, cool gunplay, like, you know, shooting at each other, and, you know, this is reminding me of John Wick a little bit, so that's awesome. And, you know, he's, okay, remember, I'm getting into spoilers here, so he is shooting back, and you're thinking, this is John Wick. It's not, but it is. He's going to get away, and this is a movie. He's our main character. Everything's going to be fine. And what you think, because they set up this backstory where his new girlfriend is good with a gun, knows how to hunt, you think, because he's sort of like, you know, I got to do this alone. You think she's going to show up at the end and sort of save his life because she loves him and is devoted to him, loyal to him, and she's going to save him. You weren't expecting her to save him, but that's what you think she's going to at the end, right? And that doesn't happen. What happens instead is, spoilers, he gets shot and dies. Like, that's the end of it, is just a close-up on his eye, his dead eye. And he loses. It's over. I mean, the person you've been following this entire time dies, and it's not like in a cool way to where it's like, oh, you know, like Rogue One or something like that. It's just like, why did I watch this? I don't know. It really felt like he should have lived. Maybe couldn't have got out of this situation on his own. His girlfriend had to help him because there was a scene that set up she grew up hunting bears. So it just seemed very clear that, I mean, maybe that's too predictable, but it would have been a better ending than him just dying and, you know, that mafia or whatever going after Molly Ringwald probably, and his girlfriend and everybody. So I don't know, it was just like a terrible ending, I feel like. Keanu, looking very handsome in it. Extremely handsome. He's a handsome man. And, you know, again, that's why my wife picked up this movie. Look at him. Handsome guy. Extremely. Also, that coat, he looks really good. Let me show you the back. Right there. Handsome man. That's his girlfriend right there, and her brother. Keanu looking at some diamonds. These are some like diamond buyers that you see up top there. So, I don't know. The ending sort of ruined the entire experience because I feel like it's not a good movie because of the ending, where otherwise I would have said it's an alright movie. Like the end, if the ending that I thought was going to happen had happened, and I know that sounds very like egotistical, you know, I should have written it, but I guess the ending that they set up, that felt like they were setting up, had that happened, I think it would have been a better movie. Still a little too slow moving, but it would have been a better movie, I think. So, I don't know. It's hard to recommend it, you know, but I don't know. Keanu's really handsome in it. So you do have that happening in the movie if you want to check it out. But it's, I don't know. Is there anything else I could say about it? Just, I don't know. It's moving a little too slow. And actually there's a scene that's very difficult to watch. Like where Keanu is sort of forced in this, put in a position to force somebody to do something absolutely awful and terrible and despicable. So that, I mean, there's a scene that's very difficult to watch. But, yeah, I don't know. Watch it if you want. You don't have to. I will say, though, I did not like the ending. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, and perhaps I'll see you tomorrow for more Pure Hangout.